intelligent. And I say that because I didn't know you read as much as you did. Like, I know you had these books, obviously. But I'm saying, like, based off of, like, stuff we'll see on social media and talk about, and, like, other books that you'll see and talk about, like, you've already read them, or, like, you know how in school they...
So you're not saying I look illiterate. You're just saying I don't look like I'm...
No, like...
into books as much as I am.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Been on Ancestry.com all this day. Utilizing the free trials. Trying to find my roots. Well, my roots are spelled R-O-O-T-S because most of my family tree are white folks. Especially on my mom's side. They don't have much on my father's side. I didn't get past his parents. But on my mom's side, I got all the way to...
You say your grandma on your daddy's side, I don't even much food with her like that.
Because she condoned the things that her son be doing. But my grandma's side, well, my mom's side, it has my grandma, my great grandma, my great great grandma, and my great 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 grandparents on both of my grandmother's, well, both of my grandma's side. So my grandparents, both of her parents, and then both of their parents. Everybody on it.
I was gonna say, it sound like from your nana and your papa, your mama parents, you found everybody, mother and father.
Let's just say I got all the way back to 1861. Well, the 1800s.
I wonder if I searched my Gigi, because my Gigi was born in 1913, and that's the only person I know that close, born that close to the 1800s. I wonder where it'll take me. Because I know a lot of my family tree, like on my mom's side, I know both of her parents.
Jesus Christ.
I know both of my granddaddy parents.
Closest person I met on that side of my family that was that old was my great grandma. My grandma's mama. Her name was Dorothy Ann. Yo, welcome back to the Likkle Table. We are your host, your favorite neighborhood roster.
And your favorite co-host, Tracy.
Episode number 73. And I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but we got the lights dim in here a little bit. We're doing something a little different. And this episode we're going to be, well, we just wrote lists down of each other's pros and cons. We are going to share them with each other and y'all at the same time. So hopefully, a lot of stuff in the bud, come to an understanding. So I'm gonna let you go first while I roll the hell up.
Alright, I need my aqua for Jimmy's. I guess I'll start with the cruise.
Depending on how you want to do it. Go all the pros, you can go back and forth.
Yeah, I'll go back and forth, I guess. Nah, I'll go down the list. I said you're a gentleman. And I put some, like, common stuff that, like, a lot of guys don't do, which is opening the door or, like, walking on the right side of the street, like when you're on the sidewalk and stuff. Intelligent. And I say that because I didn't know you read as much as you did. Like, I know you had these books, obviously. But I'm saying, like,
based off of like stuff we'll see on social media and talk about, and like other books that you'll see and talk about, like you've already read them, or like, you know how in school they.
So you're not saying I look illiterate. You're just saying I don't look like I'm.
No, like
into books as much as I am.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like I've seen on social media, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you gotta read more. You gotta read more." I like reading. I think I just have to figure out what I like to read. I just think that's what it is for me.
I got to a point to where I just like to receive information, regardless of what it is. Knowledge is power, they say, and the more you have of it, the more you can make things happen.
I said open-minded to an extent because when it comes to like when we've done stuff on here and we've done like my client, regardless of it being funny, like when we thought about like scenarios and stuff, I feel like regardless of it being a serious moment or a funny moment, we're still open-minded. I feel like when it comes to things you know about, like you don't really not necessarily keep a closed mind, but when it's actually something that like you can talk about and have actual information to like back up what you're talking about, you keep more of an open mind to the conversation. When it's not something that you really can relate to or talk about, it's like you'll say a few things, you know. I said you're handsome. I said you can cook. I put adventure / spontaneous. Because I can be like, oh, it's on an adventure, and adventure could literally be to and you'll laugh. I said you're empathetic to those you're close to. Protective. Plain Jane. But I've only put that because I feel
as
like
a pro or a con?
As a pro.
Oh.
Because I've never been the type of person to like every time I go outside I'm gonna make sure I'm fitted from head to toe. But if I'm going somewhere, then yeah, I'll put the effort in. But like if it's every regular day, like so yeah. Said great dad, funny, physically affectionate. I said you can sing / musically inclined. I said you got time management. I said you're supportive of the right things. I put differences, and I only put one thing down, which was family orientated. But my reasoning why is because you don't have a problem with cutting family off. And I'm not necessarily saying I don't have a problem with cutting family off, but like
I'm just a firm believer of blood don't make you family, it make you related. And
right.
If you as my family expect outsiders to respect me or treat me a certain way, then you should hold yourself to that same standard.
Right. And I'm not saying it as that. I'm saying it as a difference, as in like if we were to go to a family reunion or something, or let's just say your family had a family reunion. You're not going. Exactly. You're not going. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what your dad did, like, it's other people, you get what I'm saying, that you could possibly meet. You get what I'm saying? Granted, and I say that to say because you know your daddy done did some messed up shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I said open-minded to an extent, because you wouldn't be open-minded about going to this considering that, you know, it's other people that's on your dad's side of the family that didn't do nothing, or probably was telling him that he was wrong. You get what I'm saying? And he wasn't hearing it. But you don't care. you don't give a damn. So that's why I say family orientated as a difference, because with me it's like yeah, I cannot talk to my family and I'll cut them off. You feel what I'm saying? But if it's something big, like okay, the thing with my grandma passing away, like you wouldn't have cared, grandma dying or not. Don't talk to me. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. Me, I'ma just keep it respectful because of where we at. Granted,
but you also have to understand the difference between you and your father's relationship, and me and mine. Your father was at least involved in your life growing up.
Well, I'm speaking in general at this point, but I do understand that. I'm speaking in general at this point when I say that, like okay, you like mama's side or daddy's side. It's a lot of people I don't mess with on my mama's side. You feel what I'm saying? But it's also a lot of people on my mama's side that know we family. You feel what I'm saying? And when they see my sister or something, it's all cause this, cause that. Or when they see me, it's like, when my sister not around, it's like, girl, who are you? Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? But if a family reunion was to happen, I would be open-minded to go, because outside of these people who I constantly see, clearly it's more to us because of the last name thing.
I think for me, I'm just at the point in my life where I've tried the whole, rekindling relationships and trying to look past certain things, and it went nowhere. So at this point, I'm more focused on the family that I have and that I'm going to create, or that I've already created, rather than people my age or older that have the same will that I do but don't make the effort.
Yeah, that's one of the differences.
It's not really no bad blood. It's just like,
yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, it ain't no beef.
I'm just not gonna be around and faking the funk like we're close of a message on. I really don't.
Fact. Because I definitely tell people that, like, yeah, granted, I do be wanting to meet my family and like see who all in my family and stuff like that. But that don't mean, like, when I go out in public and it's people that I know live in Daytona to see me, that don't mean that I speak to them or they speak to me, or you feel what I'm saying? Because, shoot, I got a family within the family. Like, my cousin, my Uncle Bubby, his kids, they mama's side, like, regardless of them being divorced, not together or what, that's still family. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'll kick it with them before I go and kick it with family who know we family, who got confirmation that we family, who will walk right past you. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I go to the family reunion and move around you the whole time, stand in a whole circle and talk to everybody but you. That's the type of time I'm on. Like, I can move around you. Like, I don't have to sit up here and because we standing in this circle. And we all cousins and stuff, and people talking and everybody smoking. I smoke my blunt by myself and not pass it.
I'd rather just not even put myself in that situation and smoke my joint at home like I always do.
Yeah, I try. That's why I say differences, because I still, be wanting to be able to enjoy what I gotta do or want to do, and be able to move in a way to where it's known, like, I ain't saying nothing to you, you ain't saying nothing to me, and it can be that. Like,
I think my problem is too confrontational. There's pressure, I'm gonna let it be known.
But see, that's the thing. If the pressure is known prior to, and we know for a fact, you get what I'm saying, like, nothing was going to be said or done past that point, you feel what I'm saying? I feel like at that point, yeah, I'm not finna not go somewhere.
And that's why I say I'm too confrontational, because I'm going to say something.
But what if something was said prior? Like, let's just say, for instance, you had a cousin, you feel what I'm saying, and you and this cousin don't get along. And it's been said that y'all don't get along, that y'all are having a family reunion. And that you get what I'm saying. From your standpoint,
I
this
think
is the
it does.
only person that you get what I'm saying would have.
I think it also depends on why we don't get along. Because I'm
Okay.
not gonna not like somebody over something stupid.
Yeah, of course not. I'm not saying that. It's definitely got to be a reason, of like a real reason. I'm just saying, like, if it was a real enough reason for something to be said prior to this family gathering, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Would you still go to the family gathering because you got other cousins, other aunties, uncles? You get what I'm saying? Around that you can sit at a space table with, or you got other cousins you know who smoke, who will respect you enough not to bring this person around you while y'all chilling type stuff.
Well, if they know stuff like that, then obviously I would have had
Yeah.
grown up with them in some aspect. So in that case, yeah. But in my case, it's like, because I didn't see him, I didn't see none of that side of the family. From siblings, I might have seen them on the passing or randomly. Aunties, uncles, I didn't see nobody. So yeah, one band, one sound.
Understood. All right, for the cons, I said you can go days in silence without talking to people. That's not funny.
I honestly, I understand why you say that's a con, because it might seem like, I don't care because I'm not talking and stuff like that. But it's quite the contrary. I care so much that I want to be able to fully articulate what it is I want to say and be able to further communicate after. Like, sometimes I be having to make sure for myself, like, am I really this upset? That's why I be taking me so long, because it's like I be asking myself, like, is this really pissing me off this much, or is it something else? So I want to make sure I'm addressing the right problem in the most positive way I can. Because I know if I try to, well, I don't know, it depends on the situation too. Because sometimes if I try to say something off rip, it comes off aggressive, which isn't always my intention. It's my voice. And I can sound a little condescending sometimes.
A lot sometimes. In those situations.
Yeah, I just be trying to make sure I got my stuff together.
I said you'll make up your mind without consulting your partner fully.
In regards to what? I feel like I already know. But
I mean, sometimes anything, like, trying to find the right words so the sentence sounds grammatically. like something can happen, whether it's good or bad or whatever, and you can have an opinion about it, or like there can be like an action you have to make behind it, and you'll pretty much like make up your mind on what you're gonna do, regardless of not necessarily regardless of, you'll make your mind up and you'll say, hey, this is what I want to do. But the way you present it is like, my mind is made up, you can't change it. Like that's how it comes off.
I know what you're referring to when you say that, which is why I laugh.
Meaning?
And when I laugh, it's not because I necessarily find something funny. I'm just socially awkward. So when I don't have nothing to say at the moment, I might giggle or something. But I don't know. I feel like I do that because of conversations I have with myself, which might not always be the most prudent. Because I can be a little irrational sometimes with my decision making. And I feel like that's because I'm a little sensitive. Being that I was raised mostly by women, I sometimes act off emotion.
You've never come off as sensitive to me though. Like,
I hide my sensitivity with aggression.
you okay. Okay. Because like today we were texting and you said something. You brought up something that you never said before. But we've had numerous conversations about it, and I expressed to you pretty much what I knew from my end. So it was like when you brought it up, it was like, oh, you've been feeling that way. So that's why you're making this decision the way you're making it, because you've already had a prior thought process and made your mind up.
The conversation with myself.
Right. So it was like when you said, not even that conversation, go back, when you said pretty much like you was gonna stop responding when we was texting. I was at the school or whatever.
That was the other day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to argue. That's never the goal. I just feel disrespected when like we having a conversation and we talking about something and we literally saying, we're not mad or angry with each other, we just talking and stuff like that, getting stuff out. And it's like as soon as I say something, in my mind it's like, what was the expected response or was the wording wrong? That's how I be feeling. And then from there it's like, well, how do you be wanting me to respond once you've made your mind up? If that makes sense. Like, I said you could get comfortable when you're feeling defeated. Like, when is the last time you ate? I told you we had pasta and you didn't touch it.
Yeah, that was more of a personal decision.
I know. I know it was a personal decision, but it was like, so you're comfortable with not eating because within the situation you don't feel like a common goal is reached. You feel like the purpose of the conversation was to eat. That's what I meant by that.
I wouldn't say I wasn't eating because of that. It just made it easier for me to not feel like making something to eat. And I'm already on my little weight loss journey or whatever right now anyway, so it's like in my mind I'm not gonna die if I skip a couple meals. Like I can skip a few meals and be alright. Now if I'm going weeks without eating, then it's like, alright, bro, you doing a little too much.
Your phone ever vibrate and it don't be nothing on the screen?
Phantom phone syndrome.
Mm-mm. I felt that.
You thought you felt it.
Okay.
It's a phenomenon.
That's how it is. I said sometimes you'll change routines unnoticeably when you're upset. You have not turned the TV on for us to listen to rain noises or nothing to go to sleep. You've been stuck it out of life. Just because you've been mad at each other.
I feel like that comes with me. Oh, I didn't know the face turned on here. Hold on. But anyway, my bad. I got distracted. I did not know that turned. What was I saying? Oh, it comes with me pretty much like not trying to, I guess, add fuel to the fire, or like trying to keep the peace. I don't necessarily know, you know. I just try to stay in my lane, pretty much.
I mean, that's staying in your lane, not like we have the same interest sort of kind of when it comes to TV. So even like taking out the rain noises, I feel like even if you was to cut the little YouTube things on, I still would watch.
Yeah, but when I say like stay in my lane, I don't necessarily mean as far as interest. I mean like I don't want to feel like I'm dictating the TV, pretty much.
I mean, what do I really watch on TV?
Nothing, because I'm always watching something.
Stuff you be watching be interesting. I be watching the same stuff over and over. I be trying to find new stuff to watch and then end up realizing I don't watch it. Oh.
I started watching most of the stuff I have because of me being involved with content creating. Just always filling my head with new ideas and new topics so I can always have something to talk about, especially when I had different guests on here every week.
I said you'll shut down if a response isn't what you expected.
Yeah, that's probably a part of my anxiety with difficulty coping.
I think the reason why I feel like it's unfair, disrespectful is because I've been told before that like you can express how you feel to people, but that don't mean their response is always gonna come out perfect or like clear. Meaning that like stuff could be misunderstood pretty much. And not on a basic level. I mean, yeah, hey, you did something. Okay, what did I do? This is what you did. When you said or did this, I didn't like it. Based on their response, you get what I'm saying? That's how you're gonna respond, but you can't expect them to say what you would say in that situation, pretty much. So it's like sometimes I'll be feeling like you be wanting me to answer a certain way. And when we talk, I always try to like address things like how they're said, like in the order that they're said, so I don't miss nothing. So it's not looked at like, oh, you overlooking it on purpose. That makes sense. I do that and I respond based off of what you said, I don't be knowing if it's, do my words make what I'm saying sound angry, or is it just the words, like the words that made the sentences were not the sentences that you expected to be said?
I think it might be a little bit of both sometimes. And that's why I said the other day about placing my expectations onto you and stuff like that. I just feel like some things are like not self-explanatory, but like okay, for example, you go out. I don't necessarily have to know your every move. However, with us being in a relationship, I would definitely expect for one you to come home at a decent time, because I would never put myself in a position to stay out past a certain time, because I don't want to come home and just be dead tired when I come back to you.
I think that's why I don't not necessarily understand, because I understand. I just don't think I've ever like been one of them females. Now, I ain't saying I'm gonna be out till no 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. Nor do I think my spouse is. What I'm saying is, I be thinking, okay, you're gonna go out. Most events be over around 2 or whatever. You might get some food after. You gonna come home. You're gonna definitely let me know you're home. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna expect for you to like be selfish and wake me up and try to get me to do anything. Like, I just be feeling like, you're gonna come home and you just gonna do you and go to sleep. I'm already asleep. You let me know you was back.
I think it's also the fact that I don't like do nothing like that either.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the going out type person no more. And even when I was doing it, I wasn't really the type. Like I was always home at a certain time, avoiding situations. Yeah, I always was told that don't nothing good happen past a certain time. So I just always took that and ran with it, and I stopped going out in general. So it's like I don't have a problem with not going out to stuff like that. Like I can go to places that are open during the day. Like I can go to a library and be content. I can go to a nature park or something and be perfectly fine, or go fishing, or something that doesn't have to have me out at ungodly hours. And also for safety reasons too, because a lot of people do irresponsible things around them times. A lot of car accidents happen, shootings, all kind of stuff. So I just be trying to refrain from that even being a possibility.
I could have put that as a difference. And then I meant to write physically first, but physically distant for long periods of time and upset.
I mean, I think that just comes with me being an introvert, like, and also from the situation I was in prior to where we are now. Like, I was always by myself pretty much anyway, so it's easy for me to shut down and just, stay off to the side because I was doing it for so long.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be chilling. And I know you say sometimes everything on show you don't interest you. Sometimes some stuff do, like, catch your eye. But, like, it be times where nothing. Like, only talking, trying to relate to something you watching. You don't say nothing, you just be like, you are one of those. Not necessarily like a mood, because you're not like mad or nothing, you're just quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I be feeling like I be aggravating.
I'm a quiet person in general. Like, if I lived by myself, I wouldn't talk for days at a time. And I'd be perfectly fine with it. I mean, I got my moments when I like make random noises and stuff, being goofy, but that's usually when I'm by myself. Yeah, me, like, I think it was me being the oldest sibling, and the closest one to me was Zaysha, and we wasn't really like that close. Well, we were close until I maybe got to like 9th or 10th grade. Yes.
Became a high school boy.
Yeah. And so
I think wad.
I got used to pretty much, not having nobody to talk to. Anyway, social media wasn't really big back then when I was in school. So I was just to myself. So I think that's where that stems from. Not necessarily. And then the whole not being interested in some of the things that you try to show me. It's just like, I can tell you I don't care about this girl named Ivory. And you will literally the next day be like, wait, so you remember that girl Ivory?
Okay, first of all.
Wait, let me get it out. Because why are you asking me if I remember? If you always talk. Yes, I remember this girl.
I talk about different people from the network.
Natalie.
I be having to. No, I talk about people
Biggie.
from now that's TV. I be having to correlate them with like regular stuff, not TV. Because these are regular people.
I'm just like my mentality. I'm an old man, so like all of that stuff just be like, I know y'all say they got their own storylines and stuff like that, but literally all I see and think about when I hear those show names or females is fighting or selling out or going back and forth on social media, or making diss tracks.
People definitely. But see, that's the thing though. Like, I don't think you be hearing the parts where like we disagree with stuff that be going on, because people have definitely said, like, granted, you can't really say change a name of a show because before they're not gonna do that. But we definitely do agree that like the basic storylines of them fighting and stuff do get old. Like, they actually do try to like put stuff together for them to like come in and do stuff. It's just certain shows don't get it done. Like, they had a show called Greek Life and Deja Vu, and it was a co-ed show, and they actually like went out and did stuff, like, yeah, they was on there fighting and stuff, but those two shows, they were actually doing other things than fighting. So a lot of the fans do actually agree with your standpoint. I just don't think you be hearing the conversations we're having.
It's because I like. What is me knowing that gonna do for me? That's just how I feel about it. Like,
I mean, it's just a
especially
show.
with me not being interested. Like, I understand if I took an interest. If I was like, sit down and watch this. But I literally sat down and tried and was like, yeah, hell no. Wedgwood.
Which show though?
I don't dang remember.
But see, that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't expect you to watch an all-female cast show. Like, honestly and truly. I only say co-ed because, granted, like I say, yeah, the show's gonna be having a lot of context or whatever, but it's a co-ed show. You know what I mean?
I don't see me watching a show where niggas is just fighting each other all day either. Well, men. Let me not say the N word.
I mean,
It's just that we can be doing so much more productive things than this.
they try. They really do try. They try sometimes. Production, I mean.
They try sometimes, but at the same time, like.
And then they bring people back too.
Right, exactly.
That a lot of people say that. A lot of people do say that in the comments that there's no way. Like there's this girl named Cash.
Y'all stir the pot.
Yeah,
y'all
like
keep drama going.
Because it's one thing for you to. It's one thing for you to disrespect the cast. You feel what I'm saying? And they put you back on the show. Once you start going and trying to fight production and tearing up their equipment and bopping them upside the head, and it's just like, hold up.
You have no professionalism.
Yeah, like, and then on top of that, y'all only be paying them $2,500 for all of this to go on. Like, yes, people be exposed in the contracts and everything.
$2,500 a piece.
Yes, but I think
how many episodes do they do?
I don't know. It depends on how long they have them in the houses because they break up the episodes and stuff. So honestly and truly, like you have, like they film for days pretty much, but they break up the days in episodes. So you low key got to pay attention to what people wearing, low key. Yeah, because you know they obviously gonna film months before they drop it or whatever, and they don't tell you, oh yeah, we was in the house for 2 weeks. He was in the house for a month. Now, randomly somebody may drop that. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, we done been in the house for 3 days and ain't nobody fed us. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But that's just something you gotta catch it.
Social media before the show airs.
Exactly my point. So that it's stuff you gotta catch, and you got a lot of people who be into the T pages and stuff. I follow like a few of them, but even then, when I be seeing the post, it be like 4 days late. 21 hours ago, and I'd be like, oh well, that's old. Like, and then like people will be dropping, like they drop the clips and stuff, but you dang near know what the show gonna be about before it come out, because they be dropping so much stuff before they air it.
All right, that was your last con?
Yeah.
So you want me to do all of my pros first?
Yeah.
Well, the first one I got is you're affectionate. The second one is caring. I also have that as a con though, because I feel like how caring you are puts you in situations to be taken advantage of sometimes. And like you say, me being protective, that ticks me off. Because I feel like people be trying you, and in turn they trying me. Sometimes I be misdirecting my frustration because I feel like some of the situations can be avoided if you weren't as caring as you was, but you being caring isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just some people take advantage of that sometimes. Next one was you're adventurous. Crazy, we both had that. I said you're headstrong. Pretty much, once your mind's made up about something that you want to do, do it. Next one is freaky.
I tried to be an adult and keep that off the list, and I did. But he just had to put me out there.
I mean, it's a program. Shoot me. Don't shoot me for real. The next one is passionate, smart, your ambition, you're talented, sexy, beautiful smile, dedicated. Cons. The first one is selectively forgetful.
No. I'd be forgetting for real.
When I say
don't be liking that.
When I say selectively forgetful, it's not necessarily meaning that you do it on purpose. However, there are things that you remember easier than other things if you take an interest in it. The next con was caring, but we already went into that. Friendly, sensitive, and I say that as a con because, I mean, it's not really a con like in a bad way. It's just your sensitivity can make you perceive things in a very dramatized way sometimes. Like, I can make a certain face or say something and you take it one way, and that's not how I meant it at all. And that's because you're sensitive as hell. The next one, say you move too fast, but that has to do with your ADHD, so can't really give you too much on that. I've kind of adjusted to it. Next one is your language sometimes, and the sometimes is really, it depends on who you're around. Like if the person you're having a conversation with cusses, then you're more likely to cuss more than you do on a regular now.
I mean, your brother do like voting.
And he cusses like a sailor. But the only reason
he's doing that to provoke me up, to get me to sell him out like a dog in the street. That's the problem. For his bait.
Yeah, the only reason I put that as a con really is, like I said before, beautiful black woman. You can use alternative words to mean the same thing.
I know. I've been seeing these posts about like, how to tell your coworkers off without using profanity, or like telling your friends off in like a different time frame of language or something.
Yeah.
When that time frame when they was using thou, I, and me.
Mm-hmm.
I seen a video like that, and they was pretty much using like terms from that time period to tell people out.
The next from your drink. The next one was your procrastination.
I don't know what it is.
You have a very bad habit of waiting to the last minute to do stuff. And me being the punctual person I am, we bump heads with that sometimes. I guess that would kind of align with the next one, your time management. And then that would align with the next one, which is cell phone usage. And
I don't like how many colors you got.
you had more than me.
Mm-mm.
Yes, you did. You got more pros than you got cons, though.
Oh, okay.
And like I said, like these last couple kind of like tie in
I
together.
had 6.
Like I said, these last couple tie in together, like the procrastination and time management, that kind of like, you know. And then the cell phone usage is why your time management is kind of lackadaisical, which, you know, adds on to the procrastination. So that all that is like one thing. So really, you only got 7. The last one is your anger.
I tell y'all that though.
You definitely have a way with words and stuff when you get angry.
I be trying not to be physical. Like, I've always told my mama this, like, and I don't know if she remembers, but I've always told her I'm one of those people when I get angry, I physically want to cause pain to someone, and it ain't gonna be myself. So to refrain from doing that, I gotta find other ways to get it out. I got to. And breaking glass and plates and range rooms, that ain't gonna do nothing for me.
Right.
Give me a chicken or something. Put it in a pillowcase.
You talking about calling the law on me? That's animal cruelty.
Not if I eat the chicken afterwards.
Why would you eat a mutilated pillowcase chicken?
Why not? It's just gonna be dead.
It's gonna taste like dang Sealy Pastapedic.
Nuh-uh, not after you pick all the feathers and stuff off of it.
You can have your pillowcase chicken.
I'm just saying.
However,
I don't think breaking a TV is gonna do nothing because the TV don't got feelings. The TV can't tell me I'm hurting it. But yeah, I don't like that I get that angry to where I want to punch things in the face. I do.
it also doesn't make it okay some of the stuff you say when you're mad either, though. It's like you have to, it is some truth behind what you feel, and if you know that was even said in the first place.
Yeah, I was saying that. I was looking at, like, prior to this, I was looking at a rental or whatever because I honestly forgot I turned 25. Because when I was looking, I was like, why are they so cheap? I was like, oh, I ain't got the young driver's fee. That's what. And they wanted, like, I was looking for a rental with unlimited miles. I always try to get it with unlimited miles because you never know what's going to happen. So it was like $252 to pay right then, and then like $290 to reserve it. So I guess the extra $40 was just like it's non-refundable. $290 was non-refundable. $252 was refundable, but the non-refundable you pay pretty much closer to the date that you're booking it.
And that was for how many days?
7 in the morning Friday to 7 in the afternoon Sunday.
Oh, I mean that's still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it
Think
might
about
have
what
gone up.
Enterprise would have charged.
Last time I rented the car was.
And then Turo probably wasn't out then.
The only time I used Turo, I didn't even use it for myself. I used it for Low. I let him use my account and he rented it up. And I had to go with him to get it and take it in.
Mm-hmm. You gotta check in with your license and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But the last time I actually rented a car for myself was when I went to Tallahassee for AJ2 weekend.
They say the ones in
And I don't
one of
think
them Alabama ones can be pretty street. I just want to go to one just because I just want to see. Like, I've seen the videos of how obviously the different chapters do different stuff. I just want to see it in person. That's it. Like, if I mix and mingle, okay, but I ain't really finna be one of them people that's like
I honestly don't think the org
overly
in general, not
active.
even just our chapter, is what it used to be.
It's not. Like, even I'm in this dance and alliance group chat or whatever with Mr. Moody and different people from different orgs and stuff, and pretty much it's just to keep everybody on the same page, get everybody the same information at the same time, stuff like that. And like people in the group chat checking for us, and it's just like, for what? Like, and they doing the same thing with MSC. Apparently they dissed us tonight. OST dissed us tonight, and it's just like, dang, we're not, both my orgs not even doing nothing for real, trying to, get our little selves together, and it's still something being said. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I understand.
OTS, Elemental P, and
OST. It's only one other step group.
whatever the hell their name is. It was none of them when I was doing my thing.
Yeah, that came even after I left Cookman.
Back then, that was like the golden era of Cookman. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I got a video of Cook the Quad 2018.
Oh, that's when it started watering down.
Really?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was at Cookman Homecoming 2017.
Was like peak.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
DHP and stuff like that, but on a regular, you can go to the park and it could be a whole block party just at random.
Yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie. When I first started coming around, it was still that going on. Like, it wasn't.
Blue Stage was still open. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Blue Stage, people definitely was still pulling up the Blue Stage when I first came around. But even going to Cookman and like being at the park and seeing stuff, I could tell a lot of stuff was different just from being a local here. Like, a lot of people that go to Cookman don't really understand what you mean as a local when we say that, but
like when I
just gotta know.
Like 2014, 2015, only dance organizations on campus was What's Next, HJ2, Rico, and Retro Fusion. Oh, and Workuses. But
I just found out about them.
Yeah.
Apparently they the top dance group on campus. They got their own dance room.
I mean, they went to school technically, so.
Oh, they're in school for dance.
I think so.
Didn't know Cookman had a dance room.
There's something along that. They the only people that can use that room in the Rose Building. But yeah, that was the only dance organization that you had the modeling troops, Faces.
Yeah, Faces just had
Epicurean.
freaking an interest meeting, and I damn missed it. Hissy. Hot. Oh, I was mad. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to see if I can do it. I'm short, so I want to see if I can work on the strap.
I think that was the only two modeling troops, if I'm not mistaken.
Faces and Epicurean?
Yeah.
Them the only two I ever heard about.
They used to go at it on that runway. And then the only step team was MSC. And then the Greeks, but
yeah, it's only two now, MSC and OST. But like, the problem is, like, MSC, they don't keep up with the communication of information. Meaning, like, okay, we're also community based, but with Cookman, they be needing like the clarifications of how orgs do things when you're community based, so that way they know how to do things on campus and vice versa. So it's like, if you don't communicate that, okay, well, we gonna be off campus, we gonna be community based, we ain't gonna have nothing to do with y'all right now. So get straight with y'all. Cool. That's not communicated. We're never, of course, it's not gonna be. You get what I'm saying? A way for us to get right on campus. So it's like, I feel like with any org that's community based, I feel like that'd be the biggest thing. Like trying to make sure you're not crossing them boundaries or guidelines or whatever to get you in trouble with school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was way different in that aspect too back then.
Yeah, because I don't.
Cookman didn't care about letting people that wasn't active students dance in the pack and on campus and all. What?
Yeah.
Most of the dang team wasn't in school at the time.
Yeah, you have to have
I'm capping.
When you turn in your roster, you have to clarify who's a student and who's not, because for the students, you know, we have to have GPA requirements and stuff like that.
That's why I said I'm capping, because a lot of us were in school, but there were those few that wasn't in school and were still performing with us. In the pack, on the quad.
Yeah.
Well,
Shadiah went to school. Pancho went in school, I don't think. I don't think Blue was in school.
Freshman year. Ain't walked in a dang Cookman classroom since first semester.
Oh my gosh. I don't know why I just thought about this, but when we were in high school, speaking of Roger Bivens.
I met him in dang chorus and drama. Punk.
I had his mom as a science teacher. I love Miss Bivens. Loved her down. When I tell you, I will bust you on your ankle about Miss Bivens.
Yeah, he was cool. He was funny as hell.
He is. Listen, oh my gosh, I don't know what made him do this, but I can't even remember the first time he did it. I just remember me in the band, and like, for some reason, when I got in the band, like, Mims just let my overhyped personality do whatever. Like, I'm talking about, you can go from 2015 to 2019, and at any given moment, if you hear anybody screaming in the band, it's me and I. I can guarantee you it will be nobody else but us. Why he let us do that? Nobody knows. Granted, he was my band director from only freshman year to junior year. Senior year, we had two band directors. Lundy, he was from either Miami or Orlando, one of the two. I can't remember. But he went to Cookman, played tuba or whatever, and then we got Mr. John Rivers. He was a square. But yeah, he was a real square. But yeah, we turned up, and Roger came one day. He just screamed, "Pop the Molly, I'm sweating!" Whoa! And everybody in the band just looked back like, "The fuck did you just say?"
Popping what and doing what?
You know, Trinidad James had came out with their song. Right, okay. So why we picked that up as a chant? He was screaming and everybody just screamed, "Whoa!" We used that to get up to play songs and stuff.
What grade was I in when he released that song? Was it like 2012?
Bro, I don't know.
2011?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it was so old. Like, and so when we turned around, it was just like, bro, and he just back there laughing and smiling, like, nigga, no. Salerno never caught on to that shit. Mims
Salerno was worried about all that dang money she was building.
But she was putting it, apparently she was putting it in the right places.
What, in her bank account?
Not necessarily. That was apparently the leftovers. Because listen, okay.
There shouldn't have been no leftovers.
Okay, listen, that's not the point. Listen,
That's why she ain't over
leave
there.
the Italian lady alone. You don't
right.
fuck with them Italians. You
right.
let them scam and do what the freak they want to do, and let them get the hell on. Thank you. And when the more I sat and thought about it and realized how mad she was about that fountain. Remember when they vandalized Mainland and broke that fountain? I don't know if you didn't know that? Man, senior prank. I don't know what happened. These niggas spelled sea breeze wrong. No, I don't know whose senior year it was. I just remember we couldn't go to I just remember we got to damn school and the fountain was broke. I'm talking about chip tooth broke, shit leaning over. Niggas was ripping up grass and shit. I don't know what they had going on. They told our school to hell up.
I ain't the fountain in the front by the main office? Or in the inside of the school?
Inside of the school. They tore it up. Apparently she had that.
By the gym?
Yes. Apparently she had that imported from Italy. I believe it because the last name is Salerno. I don't
even think there was a fountain over there when I was.
Yeah, it was a goddamn fountain. It was a goddamn fountain. Whether it was over there by the gym or wherever the hell it might have been. It was a fountain when I met the man. And that day, they broke that bitch. Because she was pissy. And nobody believed that she had that whole import from Italy. When you think about the last name in that fountain, I believe it. I know she did it. I know it happened. And I'm going to let her have it. I ain't even going to mess with her. But yeah, apparently she was lying on the test scores and shit, graduating folks, so she could get more money and stuff like that or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's why they was able to distribute in baseball and football, and everybody was getting all these little uniforms. People thought it was goddamn fundraisers and shit.
Having juice boxes and
all types of shit. We raised our money. That ain't have shit to do with us. We was out there slaving. Listen, I was on the corner of International and Clyde Morris with a mailing t-shirt, a speaker, a microphone, and $1.25 poster boards with scribble scrabble on them, screaming and yelling for donations at Bug with goddamn car wash. So we ain't getting none of that money. We raised our lives. That ain't had nothing to do with us. Listen, I remember when my mama and Mims had the conversation about the little Battle of the Bands competition and how they pretty much wanted to, do concessions that they do in the band room in the gym. Denise didn't have the concessions. Denise had the whole goddamn bodega in the gym. Okay, Denise had hot dogs. Now I ain't talking about no boiled hot dogs. I'm talking about they had a little crisp on them things. She had nachos, boiled peanuts. She had cookies and delectables and all types of things. She had sodas, Capri Suns, juice boxes and shit for the little babies and things, little water, and all types of stuff. I don't know how she finessed these people out of doing this, but she did. Mim said we raised at least $7 bands off concessions. $7,000 off a damn junk.
Probably 10.
At the minimum. Not even that. He said that was the minimum. So it could have been 10. He said that was the minimum. He said off the ticket sales, the gym was full. I'm talking about we had people on the second level. Because that's how many people came. He said off the ticket sales alone, we pretty much raised damn near the same thing. Not counting the money from the door. He said we did our shit with that competition. So again, I say we ain't see none of that stolen money. We raised all the hours, and then they stole it from us. I was motherfucking so mad. I'm so sorry. You don't understand how hot I was my senior year. They pulling up with school buses. I say, hold up. I had a little Marseille speaker. I say, hold up. We ain't never rolled nowhere in those school buses. What's going on? Y'all want to wait till we a few games in to talk about something. We ain't got no money for charter buses and stuff this year. Come to find out, Miss Mahaffey, ungrateful ass, broke ass, was feeling salty about all the money that Mr. Mims left in a band account and felt that because they were auxiliary and because Mims considered them a part of the band, because when it came to push-ups and performances and self-discipline and stuff, that they had to participate whole time. Miss Mahaffey, you never had control over the Lady Bucks. They was doing what the hell they wanted to do. We was getting in trouble for them half the time. And you wasn't saying nothing to them, and we was getting into it with them. That's why we was beefing with them for 2 years when I had first gotten to bed. So pretty much, yeah, she was salty about the money or whatever that he had left. And I guess she was running down Salerno back so bad or whatever about it. Somehow, some way, the Lady Bucks end up getting money in their account or whatever, but it didn't show until they went to them big competitions that they do. Because if y'all was broke, y'all ain't had no money, y'all felt like it was unfair, how all of a sudden y'all was able to afford charter buses and hotel rooms and all this other stuff. That shit not paid for. Y'all have to pay for that. All them uniforms and stuff, y'all have to pay for that. Y'all get brand new uniforms and shoes and little headbands and barrettes and bow ties and everything for them competitions. Now all of a sudden y'all big body charter buses. I sold that lady out like a dog. I said, you know what? I'm glad I skipped that end of the year show. That whole mad. And I ain't do that paper. And she ain't feel me. She knew better though. How you gonna feel me? And I'm in men's class. You know how quick you gonna come down here to your office, lady?
There's always some off about that woman.
I told y'all.
I think this episode was productive.
Yeah.
So that was another episode of Likkle Table. We want to give thanks to all of our viewers and supporters. Watching the video on YouTube and liking it, so make sure you drop a like for us, comment, let us know what you thought about this episode. Anything will be addressed in later episodes. Share the video with your loved ones and subscribe to the channel for us, please. Anything will be appreciated of, and it has always been since the beginning. For all of our listeners and supporters on any of the other streaming services, an example, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, so on and so forth. Let us know what y'all thought. Leave ratings and comments. Get at us. This is your host, your favorite neighborhood roster.
And your favorite co-host, Tracy.
We're up out of here. Peace and blessings.
Period. We love lashes.
What is a slimmer, right?
Bro, what? And I told him king size. Yep, sounds like that stuff Denise was gonna do. Y'all, my mama was gonna name me Henrietta.
My mama told me today that she was gonna name me Sebastian.
There's nothing wrong with being named Sebastian.
I told her I would have rocked the hell out of Sebastian.
I was just gonna say, I think I had 2 homeboys named Sebastian.
But the reason why she said she was going to name me that, my grandma wasn't going for it.
Oh, okay.
That's because
well, I already said that.
That was the main character's name in the Never Ending Story. Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's all my mom signed.
Have you looked up what your last name means?
What it means?
Not what it means, where it originates from.
Oh no. I thought that this was gonna help me find out, but I got my daddy's last name and there ain't no information on this nigga's family.
Nairman. Your last name originates from Germany. In Old Norse roots.
I was gonna say, when I looked it up years ago, it was something about a Viking or something.
To describe Scandinavian Vikings who settled in northern France, Normandy. So your name is really from France.
That mean I ain't no nigga to be played with.
Yeah,
It's,
I ain't gonna lie.
really what that means.
Them
I got Viking blood.
Them
nigga.
Vikings and them Samoans, don't fuck with them. Please don't. I hate when I'm sitting there staring at this paper saying a word to myself and I'm like, bro, I know that's how you spell it, but why do I feel like it don't look right on this piece of paper?
Pieces of paper don't got spell check.